Today we will listen the story named A Seed of the Sparrow. So let's start. Once there was a sparrow. One day she got a pulse's seed from somewhere. She flew to a mill and asked her to take off the pod of the seed. But suddenly the seed dropped inside the mill. The sparrow asked her to give the seed back, but the mill replied, "Go and tell a carpenter to tear me and get the seed." The sparrow went to a carpenter and asked him to tear the mill, but the carpenter was engaged in doing some other work. So he did not pay attention to the sparrow's request. Then she went to the king. The king was busy talking with his ministers. The sparrow requested the king to order the mill to take the pod of the seed, but he also ignored the sparrow. So she ran to the queen. At that time, a maid was combing her hair with a golden comb. She said to the sparrow,
"Forget that pulse's seed. I will give you some pearls instead."
The sparrow thought that pearls were useless for her as she could not eat them. She flew to a snake and asked him to bite the queen, but he also ignored her. He even threatened to bite the sparrow if she did not run away from there. Then the sparrow asked a stick to break the neck of the snake, but contrarily, it tried to attack the sparrow. She somehow saved her life and fled from there. Then she requested the fire to finish the arrogant stick and burn her into ashes. But the fire didn't care about her request. After that, she went to the ocean and said,
"You have so much water. Why don't you put off the flames of the fire?"
He also pretended that he had not heard her voice because to the loud sound of waves. Then she sat on the trunk of an elephant and asked him to dry up the ocean, but he also ignored her. At last, the sparrow sought the help of her close friend ant. The ant listened to her story and at once got ready with her army to teach a lesson to the elephant was scared to see the huge army of the ants. He shouted that he was going to dry up the ocean. The ocean also got afraid to see the ferocious elephant coming towards him. He exclaimed,
"Don't drink me up. I'm ready to put off the fire."
Within no time, all of them were seen in action. The fire threatened the stick ran after the snake rushed to bite the queen convinced the king ordered the carpenter, and the carpenter ran with a saw in his hand to tear the mill. The mill was extremely surprised when she knew about such a big effort by a small sparrow. She shouted,
"Don't tear me. I'll take off the pod of the seed."
Finally, the sparrow flew with her seed in the air